Hey everyone, in this video I wanted to show you guys a marble run set. This one is called Space Mountain Space Marble Mountain Zero Gravity Drop. And this is released by Toy Hub. Now I can't remember where I bought this exactly, but I picked it up just because, well, it's a marble set, which I don't really have too many of these, but I've always loved these things when I was a kid. They're so much fun. But I actually like the color scheme of this, and so obviously they're going with kind of like a space theme here. It says it comes with 10 glass marbles and also 10 glow marbles, and you can decorate with stickers, so it's got some, kind of like planet stickers it looks like or something. Maybe I'll put those on, maybe I won't, but in any case, it's kind of a space theme, but really it doesn't look like it's really too much to do with space except for the stickers and then the color scheme of the pieces inside. And I actually bought this because I actually like at least from the picture, the color scheme they used for these. It's you got a lot of greens, purples, and some blues and stuff. There's no reds or yellows or oranges really. But I don't know, I just think it's kind of a cool color scheme, so I don't know. I'm curious to see what this is like. I'm also curious to see, because I'm just not sure if these are going to be those like tinier marbles or the regular size marbles. Some of these sets have used like those tiny marbles. I'm not really a fan of that, but we'll see which way this one is. I'm not really sure. But this is from 2023, and I don't know, it feels like I got it a lot longer ago than that, but I guess not, apparently. So I've just had this for maybe a couple of years, just kind of sitting around and waiting to be opened. So let's see, I'll go ahead and just open this here. It kind of looks like it's been, maybe opened and resealed, but, well, probably not. We'll see. Pull this all out here. So there's one baggie there. We've got a instruction sheet here as well. So there's a look at that very quickly. I'll maybe show you a closer look at that in a second. We've got these pieces here, and the color scheme of these compared to the pictures looks a little bit different. These straight pieces are clear colored, and they look like they're kind of greenish here. Maybe that's just because these are supposed to glow in the dark. I'm not sure. Got a few little accessories here as well. And what else do we got? The stickers, which these are actually bigger than I was expecting, but you got all these planet stickers. I don't know if I'll put these on or not. We'll see. But these are actually kind of cool. You got, the sun there and all these different planets. Don't ask me to tell you which planets are which. I'll tell you that this one is Earth, but anyways, that's kind of cool. So I've got that, and then the last thing in this box is the bag of marbles here. So yeah, you've got your, well, it kind of looks like it said it was 10 of each. I guess that's true. It kind of looks like it's less to me, but it's probably just I don't know, my eyes deceiving me a little bit. So maybe I'll go ahead and just open these bags real quick and show you what some of these pieces look like. These are indeed, for regular size marbles, not some of those small marbles that I've seen some other sets. There's been other marble sets out there that you can buy that are sold at places like Five Below or other places online, but this is not that. These are standard size, which is really nice. That's what I was hoping for. With that all said, now we have all of these parts here. So, I'm just going to move the camera down a little bit. There is a bit of an overabundance of the purple pieces. Not my favorite color, but there's at least enough of these nice blue ones for, what I like, and some of these lighter green type colored ones. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do, there is actually two more bags. Let's quickly open these. These are going to be just a few accessories that go on some of these pieces here. But then we got the marbles here, so let me just open those up real quickly as well. Let's see here. Alright, so here's a look at those real quick. So yeah, there should be 10 of each of those. Some good regular size marbles. Of course, you can use any kind of marbles that are of this, you know, kind of standard size with this set. So, like I said, I'll maybe show you the instructions real quick one last time just to kind of show you how this is intended to look. I'm going to set it up just like the instructions say, just to, you know, just to be simple about it, but otherwise that's how it is. And nice that they do kind of have little labels here with corresponding parts so that you can kind of figure out how to put it together. Otherwise, not too much for detail. You're kind of on your own, I guess. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and put it together. We'll see what the final thing looks like. All right, folks, so there's a closer look at all the marbles. And these kind of glass marbles are a little bit heavier than these ones here. These are kind of, I don't know if they're just plastic or whatever they are, but they're these are certainly lighter. But anyways, here is a good look at the set, now that I put it together. And it took me about maybe 10 to 15 minutes to get this the way that I wanted, according to the instructions. Of course, you can try any layout you want with all these different parts. You're not just limited by what's in the instruction manual, which is really cool because, well, it's just fun to be creative. But anyways, let's just take a quick look at what we have here. It's supported by, you know, 5 towers at the bottom, and then the different, you know, stunts, I guess, if you will. You got little spirals, same there. We got one loop-de-loop, which is pretty cool. That's a fun one. And then we've got 2 of these ones where you just go through the pinwheel there. There's one of these where you go through these 2 little mini ones. This is probably my 2 favorite ones out of these. The one on top here, this kind of double spiral situation, I think that's really cool. So that's probably my favorite of all of these. Then my second favorite, and almost tied, would be this one here, just because it's such a zany little piece there. So I like that. And then, you know, some other ones just are kind of duplicates of the others and so forth. So, and then on top we've got 3 starting areas. You know, I suppose they could have given a couple more of these, which would actually be kind of nice, just for the sake of having them. Just give a couple more of these pieces, maybe, and then a couple more of these starting gates on top, just like, you know, why not? There are only 3 tracks on this set, but nevertheless, if you had a couple more starting gates, you could just have more starting points and so forth. Yeah, like this one would be kind of cool because you'd have a straight down chute all the way down here. That'd be kind of fun. But anyways, nothing's holding you back from just starting them here and here if you want. But yeah, these starting gates are pretty cool because they have these little kind of start-stop gates and a little spiral there. So kind of neat. Wish it could kind of hold a few more marbles there, but well, that's okay. So again, the color scheme is it's kind of neat. It's a little bit more purpley. This light, it's just a little bit different than what the box shows, unfortunately. Let me show you, just for comparison. You can see that, like, well, for example, on here it shows the loop as being green. In this case, it's purple. Not that that's a huge deal, but the greens are a little bit darker on here. Yeah, and yeah, it looks like there's a few more variations of blue that aren't super prevalent here. We've got this variation of blue up here, but it's not prevalent in any of the other pieces. So very heavy on the purple. So not exactly as the box shows, but it's not too much different either. So with that all said, we better give this a try and see how well it works. Maybe we'll start with these glow-in-the-dark ones first. We'll just try one on each track and see how well each track goes. And I've already tried this already, so we've got some, you know, one boring track, one kind of medium track, and a more impressive track. I think this is the more boring track. I can't remember. Let's try it. I guess I'd call that the medium track. This one might be the more boring one here. Just a little quicker to get to the bottom. This one is my favorite. So there we are. Those are the 3 tracks, and some of these, the marbles kind of get a little stuck in these bottom pieces. You got to pull them out. But anyways, so that was with those glow in the dark ones. Let's try maybe one of each color on with the glass marbles. All right, here we go. And as you can see, sometimes it doesn't make it around the loop. Let's maybe try that one more time. And it got stuck in the bottom there again, but kind of push it out. Something like that. And here we go. It got stuck on something there. I don't know what happened there. And it got a little stuck there as well on the bottom. Let's see. Let's try that one more time. Huh, it's getting stuck there. I wonder what is going on there. I'm not sure. Let's try, maybe there's something just a little bit bigger with that one. Let's try another one. Okay, yeah, maybe just that one marble is just a little bit bigger. Actually, holding them next to each other, it appears that might be the case. I'm not sure why. How about one more? Yeah, those do just fine. Let's try this big marble through another one. Why not? See if it gets stuck anywhere else. Well, it made it through that one just fine. But yeah, this one marble is just a little bit bigger than the rest for some reason. All right, one more track. Maybe I'll turn this around once so you can kind of see more from the back side of this, and we'll just try a few more of these again. Let's see, here we go. So, not really a shortage of fun with this set, honestly. There's a, and then the cool thing too about these starting gates is if you want to just drop a few marbles in, you can do that. And the marbles got stuck on the loop there, all 4 of them. Let's see if I can try and fix that. There we go. But yeah, you can drop as many as you want down the chutes here. And you got to be careful with how many you put in there. They get stuck. Let's see, I think another marble got stuck in here too. It might have been that bigger orange one. Yeah, so maybe I'll just try a couple more on each. But yeah, you kind of get the gist of it. It's a fun little set. Nothing too fancy about it, but I'm pretty happy with it. Overall, it's just a nice standard size marble set, and you know, that's not too bad. So, anyways, there it was, the Space Marble Mountain Zero Gravity Drop, and I don't know if this is still sold anywhere in this configuration. Like I said, I know that there are very similar styles of this sold with like smaller marbles and smaller pieces for the smaller marbles, and those are, you know, generally cheaper, and they kind of have a lot of the same features. Might be made by the same company for all I know. And there are probably other different color variations of varying sizes, all kinds of things. So we'll just have to kind of look out there for whichever one suits you the best if you're looking for a marble set. But this one, this particular one, not too bad. It works okay. It doesn't work perfectly all the time, but at least it works okay. So there it was. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.